Southington. What district, Joe? Joe? All right. Okay, I've got one quick one. There's a guy who's representing New Boston Tea Party. He's got a blog. He just wants to let you know how you can stay in communication and learn about what's going on out there. I'd like to welcome Cliff Atkin.
Yeah. Thank you, Monique. I have a little speech, but last night I had the pleasure of sitting down with a professor emeritus from Fairfield University who taught there for 45 years. During the 1950s, he went from town to town in the state of Connecticut preaching about the communists in our government. Last night he told me if he was able to, he's 85 years old, he would be going across the state talking about the socialists in our government. This week commemorates the Tea Party call by Rick Santelli, and it's also, as the sign says, 1 year anniversary of the Stamford Tea Party. This movement, which started with a few patriots, now has gotten a full head of steam. It's because of Tea Party patriots like you that we now have millions and millions of Tea Party patriots in our number. We must look back at history, though, and it becomes apparent that our lot in life is no better than the average citizen who lived under Caesar, where the centurions made sure that the laborer paid tribute to him. Today we are forced to pay tribute to big government, today's Caesar. However, as in the past, we will not let this continue. We have a message for those in Washington, D.C. Our Tea Party revolution has just started. Yeah. They do not have a monopoly on power. We may not have an army, but we have the numbers and we'll vote them out come November.
You're fired.
Today we are protesting runaway government and the intrusion into the lives of all Americans. We know now that the New Deal under FDR was a bad deal, that the Great Society under Lyndon Johnson was a welfare society, and we are certain that the direction of the Obama administration is taking us on a road which will lead to economic disaster. The socialists, make no mistake about it, the socialist parasites in Washington, D.C. and the various state governments across this country have plundered our wealth. Come November, we will throw them overboard like the tea that was thrown into Boston Harbor 237 years ago. Janet Napolitano, the Homeland Security Secretary, she calls those who protest terrorists. I'd like to remind the Secretary that the terrorists can be found roaming the halls of Congress. We who protest are the patriots. But I'd like to tell her that we stand proud to be in the same company of past terrorists, and I'd like to name them: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Sam Adams, and John Hancock. If they can call us terrorists, we can call them criminals. And I would just like to say, the 1964 address by Barry Goldwater at the convention when he accepted the nomination for president came out with words that still resonate today. Extremism in the defense of liberty is no vice, and moderation in the pursuit of justice is no virtue. We today heed those words, and they are more important today than they were in 1964. Let the Tea Party revolution live until our rights are restored and big government is defeated. Thank you very much.
I want to say one thing. We were talking about some heroes in our time and in other times. And there's one guy I got to thank. When I first got involved in this, one of the first things I said, thinking of that, because I'm such a genius, I said, you know what we need? We need a sound system so we don't have to keep renting the sound systems. And somebody said, oh, a guy down in Stratford already got one. Jack Piccolo. Hey, he has done a service, an unbelievable service to us by providing this sound system and by traveling all over the state and setting it up so we don't have to keep paying for it every time. So thank you very much, Jack.
And the stage.
Hey, I just